Indian Hill, class of 2020. My name is Kempczinski. I'm the president and CEO of McDonald's Corporation, but more importantly, I'm a very proud 1987 graduate of Indian Hill High School. I want to thank Superintendent Konecki and Principal Damadeo for the invitation to speak to all of you at today's graduation ceremony. And like so much of our lives these days, it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to do this virtually, but we're going to make sure that we recognize the achievement that all of you are enjoying today, your graduation from Indian Hill High School. And listen, last year I was at Indian Hill, I was at Tomahawk Stadium for my niece's graduation, Madeline Major, and I saw the energy, the excitement, the pride, the school spirit that exists at Indian Hill. And so I understand and recognize we're not going to be able to duplicate that in a virtual format, and you have a right to be disappointed. Trust me, I get it. My own son is graduating this year from high school, and his is also going to be a virtual ceremony, and I know he's disappointed. You've worked so hard, you've really developed friendships and relationships, and it just feels a little bit incomplete without having an in-person ceremony. So I do completely get it, but I think it's also important that we really mark this moment, that I tell you how proud all of us as Indian Hill alumni are of your achievements, of the hard work, how much we appreciate the time and energy and effort that teachers and administrators have really put into supporting all of you over the last 4 years. You're really leaving Indian Hill, I think, with a great foundation. And I know that because I can reflect back over my own career over the last 30 plus years since I graduated from Indian Hill. And I would tell you, the further and further I get away from my time at Indian Hill, the more and more I appreciate the foundation that place, that institution provided for me. I went to college, I went to graduate school, I went to career. I never felt unprepared for what was next. And I put a lot of that toward Indian Hill and the foundation that I got there. So you should really feel confident and grateful for the foundation that you've gotten from Indian Hill. I'm sure you've learned a lot over the last 4 years, and Indian Hill, schools like Indian Hill, are tremendous places for personal growth. Would also say that experience can also be a wonderful teacher. And today what I thought I would do is share with you maybe 3 things that I've seen through experience to make a big difference in people's happiness, in their career success, in the hopes that maybe it helps all of you as you go on to this next chapter in your life. The first is really to recognize that optimism is a choice. You can choose to be an optimist or you can choose to be a pessimist. And I would really encourage you, choose to be an optimist. You know, we've all heard the expression, is the glass half full or half empty? I would submit it is always half full. And let's take what we're going through right now. You know, on the one hand, we can look at this virtual graduation and maybe recognize what we didn't have. On the other hand, you could look at this virtual graduation ceremony and just say, hey, I've had 2 months of senior skip day, which I know back in my day would have been great. So I think, you know, you do have an opportunity to really look at any situation from either a pessimistic or an optimistic lens. And what I've seen is the most successful people, the happiest people, really choose to be optimists. And it makes sense. You know, you want to be around people who bring energy. You want to be around people who see possibilities, who don't see obstacles. And so optimism and choosing to be an optimist is, I think, such an important thing that all of you can do in your career. I would tell you, I've never seen a successful company that was started or founded by a pessimist. Optimists are the entrepreneurs that really are creating the futures for all of us. So choose optimism. Second thing I would share with you is recognize that your career, your life is not going to be a straight line up of success. I think when I was your age, you know, I felt like, oh, if I could just get into this college, if I could just get a certain GPA, if I could just get this first job, that I was going to be set. And the reality of what I've learned is you're never set per se. You're always having to prove yourself. You're always having to go on to the next thing. And the opposite of that also holds true, which is you're never out of the game. You've never had a mistake or a setback that is fatal. And so to recognize that, you know, you're going to go through patches in your career where it feels like you're moving forwards, And there will be times where it feels like you're going sideways, or maybe you're even going backwards. And the important point is you've got to be resilient. In my own career, I've been passed over for jobs that I thought I was well qualified for. I've been passed over for promotions that I thought I deserved. I've been downsized out of a job because my company restructured. I've been told I'm not ready for the next level. All those things are going to happen to you in your career. And the important point is to continue to be resilient, to continue to believe in yourself, and make sure that you have the opportunity to change the trajectory. If your life is going sideways, if your life is going backwards, that doesn't have to be a permanent state. You have the opportunity to change your trajectory. So just recognize life is not going to always be a straight line of success. You're going to have to go through these periods, but persevering, enduring is really such an important part of being successful in the long term. And the last thing I would just encourage you to reflect on is recognize that luck matters. There will be things that happen that are through no fault of your own. They're just bad luck. You were in the wrong place at the wrong time. And conversely, there are going to be things that happen in your life that happen in a positive way or that are for no other reason than, hey, you were in the right place at the right time. Recognize that luck matters, because if you recognize the role of luck in life, what it also does is it makes you humble. Yes, I've had career success in my life, but I've also been incredibly lucky. Start with the fact I was born in the U.S. It's an incredible gift to be able to be born in this country. I grew up in a household with two loving parents who gave my sister and I every single opportunity. We all are lucky for what we have. And yes, hard work and talent are important parts of being successful in life, but don't underestimate how important luck is as well. And when luck smiles on you, be grateful for it. And conversely, if things don't work out sometimes because bad luck, you do have the opportunity to create luck in the future. Keep at it, keep working. Eventually you'll get lucky. So I appreciate the opportunity to speak with all of you today. I want to thank you for this honor to be part of your graduation ceremony. And I want to tell you again how proud all of us are as Indian Hill alumni to welcome you into our community. Go Braves.